Barak for Yahweh, Barak for Yahushai, Barak for Yahweh, Barak for Yahushai, Barak for Yahweh, Barak for Yahushai. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God, and Yahushai is the true name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. I'd like to give double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well for preaching 100% truth in season, out of season, according to the Most High's will, the correct doctrine, giving up their bodies as a living sacrifice for the Most High's sake, which is their reasonable service. All right, double honors goes out to you. I'd like to say shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, and the nation of Israel consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Okay, I'd like to say shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, starting off with the 144,000, down to the 1/3 of all Israelites who will receive salvation around the globe. All right. I like to say shalom to the sincere Israelite foreigners who may not look like a typical average day black, Hispanic, or Native American. Okay, but through their seed line, through their forefathers, they go back to an Israelite man, and their spirit bears witness that they're Israelite because they can accept this word, this 100% truth. All right, they can accept it. All right, the gospel. I like to give more praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, for allowing me to do another video with the Holy Spirit. And this video is about a video I'm watching. The pro-gun rally at Virginia Capitol draws thousands of armed protesters. All right, and this could be just a little response. All right, on this rally that happened in Virginia. All right, and it's basically just sparking up uprisings of people. All right, willing to share their voice and oppose this corrupted government. Right, the government that these elites, all right, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, elite banking families run this world, all right, because these people, all right, and you can see a lot of these people are Edomites, all right, so-called white people. They love their guns and they never want to give them up, all right, and you can see in the video why, all right, what they're explain, all right. So I'm gonna play this video and get some precepts. All right, Lord willing, it's edifying to the body. All right, that race riots are gonna keep this tension. All right, it's gonna keep boiling. All right, nothing is gonna slow down. We're into 2020, the year of prophecy. All right, uprisings. All right, more protests and riots are gonna begin. All right. It's just a matter of time till the Most High Yahweh, all right, starts these things up. All right.
Flags held high, AR-15s slung over their shoulders. These protesters say they're here to fight for the future of their country.
Gun saves lives. I mean, it's obvious. It's our God-given right to protect.
You see, he said this guy right here.
For the future of their country.
Gun saves lives. I mean, it's obvious. It's our God-given.
He said it's our God-given right. All right. To bear arms, to have guns. All right. And the funny thing about what he just said, okay, is that Esau, right, the forefather of so-called white people today, right, okay, his blessing that he got from his father Isaac was to rule by the sword, okay, a temporary blessing to rule this earth, all right, to have the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, control the globe, all right, in wickedness, all right, ruling by the sword, having the most highest military power, all right. And these so-called white people, all right, they love their guns, all right. They feel like without it, okay, that breaks their God-given right, all right, because it was a blessing unto them, all right. So that's why this is spiritual, all right. And they feel like There's nothing they can do without their guns. All right. These Edomites love their carnal weapons. All right. And goes back to Esau. All right, because he was a hunter. All right, and Jacob, his brother, which is the forefather of the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. All right, he was a plain man, right, who dwelled in tents. All right, just relax, just like how so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans are. Okay, but Esau was a hunter. All right, he hunted for sport, for fun. All right, for game. All right, and that's just like the characteristics of these so-called white people today. All right, so back to the video.
Right to protect ourselves, our family.
It's America, right? We live free.
He says it's our God-given right to protect ourselves and our family. All right. But the Most High is not dealing with you Edomites. All right. That's the thing. All right. Satan is. Okay.
Virginia, the latest flashpoint in the gun debate sweeping the country.
Virginia tightening security ahead of a protest defending the Second Amendment as it's under assault there. Monday's rally comes in response to 3 new gun control bills.
Governor Ralph Blackface Northam downplaying Democrats' plans to strip people of their Second Amendment rights.
More than 20,000 gun rights advocates descended on Richmond today for what used to be a small annual event, a state of emergency declared. The crowd protesting the state's efforts to overhaul gun laws.
As Virginia goes, so does the rest of the nation. That's what I believe.
The rally just got underway. An officer told me they expected about 10,000 people here inside on the Capitol grounds, but outside on the streets, there are thousands more. Last May in Virginia Beach, a gunman entered a municipal building and killed 12 people, sparking a renewed conversation around gun control. There's been a stark political shift. Democrats now in control. The legislature and the governorship have proposed sweeping gun control legislation, requiring background checks on all firearm sales, cap handgun purchases at 1 per month, and let local governments ban weapons from certain locations. President Trump tweeting today that Democrats are working hard to take away your Second Amendment rights. This is just the beginning. Virginia currently has some of the weakest gun laws in the nation, according to the Giffords Law Center.
The people showing up right here sends a message to Governor Northam and the Democrats that our rights shall not be infringed. These infringements are unconstitutional, so we're going to challenge them all the way up to the Supreme Court.
The Geary family of 6 drove 100 miles to be here today.
The value of our constitutional rights and the right to bear arms, I think, is very important. And if I don't do it for them, then they won't get those rights that I grew up with.
Is that why you wanted to bring them out here with you today, to show them an example?
I think it's important for them to learn early that you need to take an active role in protecting your rights and voicing your opinion.
6-year-old Charlie just beginning to understand the lessons his father's teaching him. From families to those in costume invoking the founding fathers. So you're armed. What did you bring with you?
This rifle is a Colt rifle.
Is it?
It's more than 60 years old. This rifle wasn't a problem 30 years ago. Wasn't a problem 20 years ago necessarily. Why is it a problem today?
Today's protest was peaceful, but that's not what authorities were expecting. Last week, Governor Ralph Northam imposed a temporary weapons ban on the designated protest area around the Capitol building.
We're seeing threats of violence. We're seeing threats of armed confrontation and assault on our Capitol.
But rally goers still bore arms today, pouring out into the surrounding streets where weapons were not banned. Why did you want to be armed today?
I think it's important. I carry all the time anyways, not
You do?
necessarily AR-15, but, just to show that it is a right that we do have. I think all women should learn how to use a firearm and carry with them on a regular basis. It's a great feeling of protection.
Throughout the crowd was a smattering of various fringe groups.
Can I ask what that patch means? The one that says RWDS.
I'm looking at it.
It stands for Right Wing Death Squad, an expression the Anti-Defamation League says is used by some on the extremist right.
So it's open?
Yeah, you come in.
Today's heightened security came in the wake of the arrest of 7 suspected members of a fringe white supremacist group called The Base last week.
The Base is a group that despises minorities and immigrants and will use violence to bring about what it sees as overthrowing the United States government, and everything that the U.S. stands for right now.
In Maryland, authorities say 3 suspected members of the base were plotting to attend the Richmond rally with hopes of starting a racial war. In Georgia, the FBI says these 3 men allegedly had plans to overthrow the government while planning an attack on members of the left-wing group Antifa. And in Wisconsin, federal charges have been brought against a suspected member of the base for his alleged role vandalizing a synagogue.
We have to be very careful not to tar legitimate Second Amendment protesters with the same brush as white supremacists. We have advocates for the Second Amendment that have nothing to do whatsoever, and that's the overwhelming majority.
Today's protest brought with it the painful memories of another Virginia gathering.
You will not replace us!
Charlottesville, where in 2017, white supremacists and other far-right groups held one of their largest gatherings in a decade. An avowed white supremacist killed a counter-protester, Heather Heyer, injuring dozens more. Law enforcement officials face scathing criticism for what many called a passive response.
I think post-Charlottesville, there's a lot of people in this country that were quite surprised at the sheer magnitude of numbers of individuals and groups who came out to support the Unite the Right rally. And I think there's a constant fear percolating just below the surface of everyday Americans that we're just around the corner from another incident like Charlottesville.
Were you nervous at all coming out here today, given that there was fear that there might be some white supremacist groups?
One, they don't bother me. 2, I'm not afraid of anybody, to be honest. I got God in my guns, so yeah. I can't bring my guns in here, so I got God with me.
Though the rally was overwhelmingly white, Devin Perkins believes that the fight for gun rights crosses racial lines. And you are against these new gun restrictions now?
Completely against them. Completely against them. I mean, look through history. We've had slave codes. We've had black codes. We've had Jim Crow. These were all laws that were implemented to keep black people from defending themselves in any kind of way.
A few steps away, inside the Capitol, this member of the Black Lives Matter movement feels very differently.
So this guy right here,
Had slave codes.
Devin Perkins believes that the fight for gun rights crosses.
God in my guns. Bother me. 2, I'm not afraid of anybody.
okay, this Jake, all right, so-called black man.
Nervous at all coming out here today, given that there was fear that there might be some white supremacist groups?
One, they don't bother me. 2, I'm not afraid of anybody.
He said he's not afraid of anybody. All right. Okay. And that spirit, okay, of blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, whoever, thinking they're not afraid of anything. All right. That spirit's gonna, all right, die down. It's gonna be diminished because the Most High, Yahweh Shai, knows, all right, your worst fears. All right, everybody's. Okay. And if you don't do what he says, following his law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, all right, okay, and don't repent and change your ways, he's going to bring your worst fears to you, all right, and you're going to realize that you actually have a fear, okay, because the Most High can make Edomites, all right, so-called white people, all right, these white supremacists, all right, these government officials, the elites, when they come down with wrath, all right, the Most High can make you wicked blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans scared, all right? The Most High can do anything, all right? So it's easy to make you Israelites afraid, all right? Because the elites are coming down with wrath because they know they have a short time, all right? But of course, he then said,
I got God in my guns.
he has God in his guns, which is spiritual because he's a so-called black man saying he has God, all right? Acknowledging that he has a power, all right? These Edomites, they're not spiritual people. They're carnal pigs, all right? But he says he has God, all right? So that's another indicator, all right, that the Israelites are the so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans, if it's not already flat out in your face, all right? But there's always going to be scoffers who deny the truth, all right? It's not a coincidence. We're the most spiritual people, all right? Always trying to find a spirituality, always in the churches, all right? Talking about God and Jesus, right? Even though it's, as of right now, we're in the churches and we're not following the law, statutes, commandments the right way, majority of Israel, all right? But the elect are waking up, all right? So spiritual, how he said he has God, okay? He said he can't bring his guns, so he has God with him, all right? Because these other heathen nations, they don't have power, all right? They just have their carnal, wicked, false powers, all right? That's Satan, right? It's just it's ultimately satanic worship. That's it. It's not the Most High worship. Yahweh Shem Yahushua on the right hand side. So left hand side, what these other heathen nations outside the nation Israel do. All right.
Though the rally was overwhelmingly white, Devin Perkins believes that the fight for gun rights crosses racial lines.
And you are against these new gun restrictions now?
Completely against them. Completely against them. I mean, look through history. We've had slave codes. We've had black codes. We've had Jim Crow. These were all laws that were implemented to keep black people from defending themselves in any kind of way.
A few steps away inside the Capitol, this member of the Black Lives Matter movement feels very differently.
With the threat of gun violence today from the armed militias out there, I'd rather call them terrorists because that's what they are to me. It definitely has given me like a lot of flashbacks today to Charlottesville because I was one of the youngest counter protesters in Charlottesville.
Nupal Kiazolu is part of the student-led group March for Our Lives, formed in the wake of the Parkland shooting. She and other students camped out in the Richmond Capitol building overnight to lobby for gun control.
The other side is afraid, and they realize this is a turning point, and this is a turning point not just for Virginia politics, but nationwide.
What was your main goal then in coming here and spending your night in the government office?
For all the legislators to see that young people are here, we care, and we are not apathetic when it comes to these issues, and for them to see, like, you know, these are your constituents, these are the people that care, these are the people that are showing up, and our voices should be heard and taken seriously.
Voices from inside the Capitol and out.
But all these voices of Black Lives Matter, all these organizations meant to promote peace in America, they're all going to come to naught because only chaos is coming to America. All right, it's to keep on evolving, right? Keep on escalating, right? Rising, okay? Because America has two main different spirits: confusion, all right, the blood of the saints, all right. America's just a ticking time bomb, all right. That's ready for economic collapse. That's ready for World War III. That's ready for all these things. All right, because it's the most wickedest kingdom ever established. All right, it was established on blood, all right, of the children of Israel, which is the most highest people. All right, so there's not gonna be peace. All right, coming. All right, only war.
This debate over guns and the right to bear arms as old as our country itself. For Nightline, I'm Victor Okendo in Richmond, Virginia. Hi everyone, George.
All right. So my first precept is going to be Psalm chapter 147, verse 19. All right. Just to show how the Most High is only dealing with Israel. All right. And like that so-called black man said, he has God in his guns. All right. That's spiritual. All right. Because the Most High is only dealing with the Israelites. All right. Always was dealing with the Israelites. All right. The Old Covenant. All right. And the Old Testament and the New Testament. All right. Nothing changed. All right. This is Psalms 147:19. He showeth his word unto Jacob. All right. And who's Jacob? All right. The father of the nation Israel. All right. The progenitor. All right. Out of Jacob came 12 sons. All right. It says his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. Plain and simple. He have not so dealt so with any nation. He have not dealt so with any nation, Slakia. Okay. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. All right. So plain and simple. All right. It's not the Edomites' blessings. All right. To be part of the covenant. All right. It's not the Elamites' blessing. It's not the Moabites. It's only the Israelites. All right. So my next precept be Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And this is the Edomites' blessing. all right, Esau's blessing, so-called Caucasians today, all right? And this is their blessing, and that's why they, without their guns, they feel like it's the end of the world, all right? Because that's their blessing, the sword, all right? This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So Esau wept, all right, for his father Isaac to give him a blessing, all right, because he got supplanted by his brother Jacob, okay? He sold his birthright, Esau, for a morsel of meat, all right? So that shows you how base and low-minded he is. It's in Genesis chapter 27, verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, shalt serve thy brother. It shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, and thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right. So, ruling by the sword. Okay. The sword, military power. All right. Your nuclear weapons. All right. What's a nation of people who just comes in to a foreign country? All right. And if you don't oppose to their will, right, they just bomb you. That's America. Right. That's what these Edomites do. These so-called Caucasians, all right? They rule by the sword, all right? And without their guns, all right, they feel like they have to go riot, all right, and protest, all right? Because it's their God-given right, all right? So that just shows you, right? These Edomites are willing to riot for their guns, all right? Which shows them that's their carnal, temporary blessing, all right? And race riots are coming to America, all right? It's prophesied in the Bible, all right? It doesn't say America, all right, but it says Babylon the Great, all right? Which is code, all right, for America, all right? Because the prophets didn't have the word America, all right, back then, all right, to say. They said Babylon the Great, all right? The virgin daughter of Babylon, all right? Confusion, all right? This is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 52. Then said Yahushua unto him, Put up again the sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Okay? So all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Okay, so your mindset of ruling by the sword, okay, it's just a trap, all right, because you're going to die by the sword, okay, because the Most High has these Edomites, all right, in a trap, right, chiefly the elites, because they think they rule by the sword, no one can stop them, all right. The spiritual demon Satan's with them, all right. They think no one can stop them, all right, but the Most High is going to stop them through his Son, all right, and the holy angels, all right, the chariots of Israel, all right, and they're going to die by the sword, okay, die by the Most High's military, the Most High's power, all right, the Most High's army, okay, and like they show no mercy to the Israelites, all right, the Most High is not going to show them mercy, all right, which is plain and simple, all right. So what's coming to these Edomites is double, all right, all right, and you other heathen nations as well. It's slavery. That's what your destiny is, all right. And it's the will of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It's already written, okay. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6, all right. And these are signs that will tell you, all right. The disciples were trying to inquire, when will the Lord come back for his second coming, all right. And for the end, when will the Lord come back for us to bring the kingdom of heaven, all right, and for the end of the age, all right, of the rulership of the Edomites, all right. And the Lord, who the world calls Jesus Christ, gave them signs, all right, so they can tell, all right. And these, I'm gonna read verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. So it says nation shall rise against nation. All right. And according to the Bible, there's 18 different nations. All right. Not every place that's a country is a different nation. All right. There's 18. Okay. And nation against nation. So what does that mean? All right. A group of people, all right, an ethnic group of people fighting against another. All right. That's a race riot. That's a race war. Okay. So nation against nation. All right. It's coming. All right. As a sign that the Lord is going to return. And all that's boiling up. All right. As we speak. All right. It's not like hate crimes are becoming less, all right, are not being. It's not like hate crimes are not rising up and not being seen anymore, all right. The next precept will be 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 15. It says, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another." All right. So that's battling one people against another, a race war, and swords in their hands. And there shall be sedition among men. What does the word sedition mean? Rebellion, uprising, and revolt. From Edema Online. Sedition. Okay. Rebellion, uprising, revolt. Concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority. Violent strife between factions. Civil or religious disorder. Riot. Rebelliousness against authority. All right. So there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, he shall not be able to. What is that? All right. Martial law. Okay. Warlike, all right, times. All right. When you can't just go to McDonald's or Walmart or wherever you want. All right. Martial law. Because it could be World War III. All right. War is coming onto the soil of America. All right. This is for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So spiritually, I hope this video is edifying. All right. Just a video to explain that this race riot tension is going to keep building. All right. Just a response to the pro-gun rally in Virginia. All right. This Edomite spirit of their carnal, wicked blessing, their sword, all right, being taken away, which is their gun and their technology. And they start protesting it and protesting. All right. Which shows, all right, that they're the Edomites. Okay. And it shows, all right, that America's just going to go down the drain. Is a ticking time bomb. All right. The Most High will keep having prophecies keep coming to pass and be revealed as time goes on. All right. Ultimately, before the Lord's return. All right. With a word called Jesus Christ, which is a so-called black man. All right. Coming to save the elect of his people, the nation of Israel. All right. So I hope this video is edifying. I like to say, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, and Shalom to the elect.